showtime! Woo! 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 Styling and profiling. Woo! It's live and in color. Woo!
Welcome to the Mafia Sports Report. I am your host, Tommy. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe and hit that thumbs up. All right, y'all. So I wanted to do a video on a player that I'm very high on, a player that I really hope the Buffalo Bills select with their 25th pick in this year's draft. And that player is Jordan Davis out of Georgia. Big number 99, 6'6", 350 pounds. Some say he's clocking in at 360. The Buffalo Bills desperately need a big interior defensive lineman like a Jordan Davis. This is something that the Buffalo Bills have been missing for many seasons now. Many seasons now. This is the reason why the Buffalo Bills run defense has been bad. I love Ed Oliver, but the truth of the matter is Ed Oliver is a little undersized for that position, though I love him still next to a guy that can cause a double team like a Jordan Davis, who can clog up those interior offensive linemen and get Ed Oliver to the quarterback and get linebackers to the quarterback. This is what we've been missing. Star Lotulelei, he kind of was that guy, but you guys saw what Star brung to the table last season. He also lost some weight, and he just wasn't the same old Star. And quite frankly, we overpaid for Star Lotulelei, okay? He did help Ed, no doubt about it, but I think his time is past him. And I think it's time for the Buffalo Bills to move on from Star. And it's time for the Buffalo Bills to finally get that big interior defensive lineman like a Jordan Davis. And to be honest with you guys, I know a lot of you guys want another offensive weapon for Josh Allen, a speedy wide receiver. But I think we can get that in the second or third round. I really think the Buffalo Bills need to get help on that line desperately. Vernon Butler was a total waste of money. You know, listen, Brandon Beane's going to make some mistakes, guys, here and there. That was one of them. If Jordan Davis is there at 25th, he can't afford to make that mistake. You draft this player, and you will see the benefits of having a guy his size next to Ed Oliver, helping out this defense, stopping that run. And by the way, he can also sack the quarterback. He has pretty good speed and quickness for a big man. I'm going to get into some highlights here, guys, of him just a little bit, just to show you guys what havoc this guy causes on a quarterback, on running backs, on offensive line that have to block this beast of a guy. So let's start a little bit here. Let's show some highlights. Why not, right? This says 6'6", 340, but I know he's clocking in about 350 right now. I mean, look at that. He just blew up that offensive lineman with ease, guys. And I got to say, man, he showed some very good speed and power there. That was pretty much a bull rush. The offensive lineman had no chance. Another one, look, a speed rush, just a bull rush, nonstop. The motor kept going. He got the sack. I mean, this is something the Buffalo Bills desperately need, a player like this who can cause havoc in the backfield. I mean, look at that. Did not stop on the play. Just bullying the offensive lineman, number 56. 56 had no chance right there. No chance. I mean, look at 56. Just out, got bullied. Totally got bullied. Look, not stopping, kept going, and man, just can you imagine if you're a quarterback seeing this guy coming at you, 6'6", 350? I mean, man, this is a beast of a man, guys. I mean, he is a mountain. I mean, look at that. That right there, guys, is what we're missing. Right there. That run stuffer, that run stopper, stuffer, whatever you want to call it, is what the Buffalo Bills have been missing for a long time now, in my opinion. Long time. Not even my opinion. These are just facts. Look at this. Nonstop, man. I love that he gets after the quarterback. I love the energy he brings. The motor is high. Yeah, man. Look at that. Did not bite on the fake. Kept on with the with the offensive lineman. Just bullied right past him. Look at that. Did not see right there. Did not stop on the play. Did not give up on the play, and made a play. I mean, that's unbelievable. This is exactly what we need, guys. Look at that. Didn't sell out for the RPO, by the way. You listen. If you're a running back, and you're trying to go between the tackles on this guy. Good luck. You are not getting past 99. It ain't happening. You are not getting past Jordan Davis if he has you in his grips. I'm going to tell you that right now, guys. He's a physical player. Another thing that we've been lacking as well, I got to say, the defensive line has not played very physical other than Ed Oliver. Other than that, everybody else can go kick rocks. I like Harrison Phillips. I do, but he's more of a rotational player. I'm going to be honest with you guys. We need a game changer. Jordan Davis is that guy. And if we don't draft him and somebody else does, you guys are going to see exactly what I'm talking about when it comes to Jordan Davis. The guy, just like I said, another thing I like about Jordan Davis, he came out and he had this quote, which I'm gonna read to you guys now, which I absolutely love. Let me show you the quote. Let me tell you the quote real quick, guys. So he said, let's see here. I'm sorry, guys. I had it right here. I had it. Let me get to it, guys. I'm sorry, guys. I had the quote pulled up and now I can't find it. Okay. So basically, he came out and said, listen, I always say, 2 on me, somebody's free. So I free up the linebackers so they can make plays. It's one of those things that you have to be selfless about. You're not going to make every play, especially at the nose position. If you could do anything to influence the play, it's good for the defense. 100%. So he's not a me guy. He's a team guy, right? So he understands that his stats aren't going to always show up on the stat chart, on the stat line, whatever you want to call it. But he's going to help the guys around him fill up their stat sheet, right? He's going to free up the linebacker who's trying to go in and make a play on the quarterback. He's going to get, somebody's going to be available to make a play because he's getting double. Absolutely love that. Also, another thing, which, by the way, it's not like this guy doesn't know what he's talking about. Nick Saban, one of the, I would say he is the greatest college coach of all time, said this about Jordan Davis. He says, I think the guy is one of the most dominant players in college football. Any defensive lineman, I guess you can look at a lot of things, but the number one thing is how hard are they to block? And is he really hard to block, right? He's got great size, Saban said. He's very powerful, but he's got really good initial quickness, short area quickness, and can push the pocket and pass rush. He's about as good as a player as I've ever seen at that position. Guys, it's not like Jordan Davis played for Alabama. He's trying to, get him drafted. He's, you understand what I'm coming at, right? It's not like this is coming from Jordan Davis' head coach. This is coming from Alabama. Nick Saban has nothing to do with Jordan Davis coming out and saying this guy is he's a dog. He is the best I've ever seen in that position. And that's saying a lot coming from the greatest college coach in history. Listen, Nick Saban has seen every defensive lineman there's been, right? And for him to come out and give that high remark to Jordan Davis tells you everything you need to know. Everything you need to know. And if I'm Brandon Beane and I'm Sean McDermott and I'm looking at what our defense has been doing for the past, 5 seasons now since they've been here, I'm saying, okay, what's our weak spots? Well, we know them, right? Defensive line, which they've tried to address, which I believe we were the highest paid defensive lineman in NFL, and it did not work out. So it's back to the drawing board, right? So there's one weakness. The other is cornerback. We all know that. And I truly believe we also need to address that in the draft. But for the first pick, in my eyes, in my opinion, it needs to be Jordan Davis if he's available. I think, like I said, guys, he's a game changer. He's what is going to make this defensive line legit now. Because right now, we have a lot of holes to fill on that line, except for Ed Oliver. Harrison Phillips is not the answer, guys. And I don't even think Harrison Phillips will be back. Harrison Phillips will probably get a decent contract, and I think Brandon Beane is just going to have to let him go. He's not going to match it, okay? Those are just facts, guys. And speaking of free agency and guys that you guys want to resign, guys you want to go out and get, listen, there has to be a lot of cuts. There has to be some restructuring of contracts. I heard somebody mention the other day, I was on with Paul from #Sports, and somebody mentioned in the chat, said, well, Brandon Beane doesn't really cut players. It's not his thing. He usually does like restructuring, stuff like that. But that's not true. Shady McCoy was cut to save money. Andre Roberts was cut. So there is players that Brandon Beane has cut. And not everybody got restructured. In my opinion, if I was running the show, which, guys, by the way, don't jump on me. I understand I'm an armchair GM here. I'm just what I say isn't gold, and what I say isn't always right. But what I would do is I would move on from Mitch Morse. Okay. I would cut Mitch Morse. That's a lot of money saved. And I would put Ryan Bates at center. Because listen, they were grooming Ryan Bates for center for the last 2 seasons. The reason why Ryan Bates didn't go in this season earlier, which he should have, by the way, but the reason why he didn't go at left guard earlier is because they were holding on to him just in case Mitch Morse went down. So we had a backup center. And eventually they had no option. They had to put him at left guard once Bakker got hurt. But they could put Bates at center now, since they've been grooming him anyways and waiting for him to become the center, which I believe that's what they're going to do, and go out and get a veteran left guard, and then maybe draft one, right? So get a veteran left guard on the low, 1 year deal, 2-year deal, something like that, and draft a guard. And I've been preaching for Richie Incognito to come back. Mind you, Aaron Kromer was his old offensive line coach when Richie was here. And if Kromer wants him, he'll get him. And Richie has changed his ways a lot. And guys, I'm not saying Richie can come in and start, but you never know. I mean, he's 38. I get it. But man, he was still playing very good up until he got hurt in Las Vegas. So Why not bring him in here, draft a guard, have him kind of tutor the rookie, help him along the way, and then when Richie leaves or retires, whatever, then this guy could take his place. I mean, that's how I see it. If it's not Richie, fine, go out and get another veteran guard on the cheap for a season or two while the rookie's learning. That, by the way, that was the plan for Spencer Brown. But unfortunately, our offensive line was so bad, Spencer Brown we had to play him. And luckily for us, Spencer Brown learned quick. And listen, Spencer Brown wasn't perfect this season, but he was the best we had at that time. And I think Spencer Brown's ceiling is super high, guys. He's only going to get better. So, I love Spencer Brown, man. I think that guy's going to be a beast years to come. I think Darrell Williams' contract will get restructured. I don't think they're going to let Darrell Williams go. At first, I was thinking they're going to release him, but it makes more sense to restructure the contract. And I think Darrell Williams understands what his value is, and we'll go ahead and do that. I did say early on Cole Beasley probably would be cut. I am a Cole Beasley fan, guys, so don't get it twisted. I really think he helps Josh out a lot, and I like Cole Beasley. But as you guys could see, Cole Beasley already came out and said he wanted to be traded. He wants to be traded. So that tells you all you need to know right there, guys. Cole Beasley's not going to be on this roster next season. So that's another guy. We're going to save some money. We're going to have some money on the cap. Mongo Feliciano's probably going to get cut. That's another guy is going to be cut. Star Lutule, I truly believe will be cut, and that will save us some money. So there's going to be cuts, guys, and there's going to be some that you don't like even, on this list of potential cuts. But those for sure, I think, are gone. Free agents, how much money do we have? Brandon Beane already came out and said, listen, don't expect anything major in free agency. And that's due to the cap, guys. We're just right now we're negative. We have nothing. So until we start doing these cuts and restructures, don't even talk about any free agents because it ain't happening. And free agency, by the way, guys, start March 16th. So I believe it's in another week from now. So we'll see what happens, but there's going to be a lot of stuff that Brandon Beane has to work on in order for us to even get, mid-level players at this point. I do expect a trade, though. I do expect a big trade for a player. And Brandon Beane once again will have to figure out, the cap on the player he brings in. But I do think there will be a splash kind of trade, and I think it's going to be for a running back, in my opinion. If it doesn't happen, expect like a Cordell Patterson to come in for about. They have him at $7 million. I think we can get him at $6 million. Listen, some players are going to be willing to play for Buffalo a little bit cheaper than, let's say, a Chicago Bears team that's offering them a couple million more, $1.5 million. Because why would you go to a team that is not going anywhere, right? Unless you're just about the money, right? And it just seems like lately, players now are understanding that they want to win a Super Bowl. They're getting into their later years of their career. Buffalo right now has the most opportunity to win a Super Bowl in the 2022 season, in my opinion. And I believe we will. So, guys, Jordan Davis is the guy I would select at 25th. And I really hope he's there. And I hope if he's there, Brandon Beane makes the right decision and drafts him. Round two. They need to go cornerback in my opinion. And then pick 3, I would get a speedy wide receiver if they don't get one in free agency. Now there's Pringle out of KC who's very fast. That's an option. So let's say, listen, guys, that's why I'm saying I'm not doing all draft talk right now because I want to wait till free agency ends to see who the Bills pick up. Because if the Bills go ahead and pick up, let's say a Pringle or another speedy wide receiver that's out there, or let's say they re-sign McKenzie, they may not get that guy in the draft. But if they do, let's say they do go and get a guy who's speedy in the draft, maybe you go on the second pick and you chose, if he's there, A guy like Calvin Austin, very fast. I think he ran a 4.3 at the combine. Super quick guy, good hands. He'd be a good player to have on this team. If he's there, I would take him. But we'll see, man. We will see. Guys, I appreciate you guys watching. Bills Mafia #1, and I am out of here. Peace.
God bless America and God bless Ric Flair. Go for it. Woo! Styling and profiling. Woo! 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 I've lost it. I've lost reality. And when I lose reality, somebody else pays the price of a lifetime. Woo! Woo! Woo!